Hello, ho-ha, everybody. This is Karolina Jay, and welcome back to my channel. This will be my second video, and thank you so much to everybody that popped along for the first one. Hopefully, I've got the camera position set up a bit better today. I'm still trying to get used to actually talking to a camera rather than just talking to a microphone. So just bear with me while we try to get the hang of that. Behind me, I have my reading challenge, the Ben Reads Good challenge. The first book up here is Death by Chocolate, which I have finished, as I said. So I'm waiting to start on Feb-roo-ary's. I have Catabasis over here, which looks amazing and is, as I was trying to explain the other day, but I couldn't remember, is from Cambridge University Library, the really popular book club. I didn't have it ready the other day, and I'm really sorry, I should have done. But to be honest, I wanted to do it more in this one anyway. The last one was about the Ben Reads Good challenge. So you can join it. It's an online group, which is why I have decided to join. And what I didn't know is at the Cambridge University Library, they have more than 8 million books as a legal deposit library, and because they keep a copy of every book that has ever been published in the UK, and they have done since 1710. I think that is awesome, and I really need to go and have a look. It looks or it sounds amazing. Anyway, the first book in that challenge, or the reading club, as opposed to a challenge, I suppose, is Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. I have started reading it now. I did take a day off, a day and a half off, I think, from reading, which I think was quite good. I needed a break. The Death by Chocolate book was quite a challenge because it was a true story, and it had a lot of technical details in facts and figures. So it was quite a tough read, but very good. And the following book will be, or the following club is the February the 24th. And that one I can't wait for is Wuthering Heights. So I have my lovely old copy here. Again, this is one that I have on my shelf. I did buy Catabasis, but let me just do that. It's even got little drawings in. I'm assuming they probably all would. I haven't actually read Wuthering Heights, so I'm quite looking forward to that as well. Then it goes up to the third one, which will be in March, and that's the Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I have never read that either. A bit concerned about that. I have read some mixed reviews about it, so I shall wait to see. I have purchased it. I've got it on order, ready to come. Like I said, I do like to buy a lot of my books, but I do buy second-hand ones. Sometimes I buy new ones, especially like this one, I suppose, because it needed to be a new one anyway, being a new book out. But a lot of the books I buy are all second-hand, but I do like to actually own them if I can. Today's video is about the next challenge, my secondary challenge. So this one that I was just talking about is a book club rather than a challenge, but I suppose it would come under the same kind of thing. So technically it gets confusing. I'm doing 3 challenges, but I keep referring to 2. That's because I'm doing 2 specific challenges, and then there's the book club. So if we get confused, I am very sorry, but that's just how my brain has managed to register it in. For my challenge, you can find a way of joining along with me, or you can just do this, pick up on anybody else's challenge. This is just something that I wanted to do so that I had some books to read in between the Ben Reads Good version. And what I have done is I have asked my neighbour to provide me with 6 books, because he is a massive reader and has a huge book collection. I specified that I did not want a highbrow book, and I didn't want anything horror or anything explicit. They're not books that I would read. I say by the highbrow books, it's because my brain won't take on that kind of a book at the moment. Hopefully at some point I will manage to, but I just, and we've got quite a few tricky books, in this collection. If I can make my pointy fingers work? No, this way. Yes, I've got quite a few difficult books in here already, so I didn't want even more super challenging ones. So I have asked him to choose me 6. I have then asked my children, who we call Mook and Miku. So you will know them from my CJ's Goose channel, Minecraft. I talk about them all the time, but we don't use their real names. We call them Mook and Miku. So they both have autism. It would be a challenge for them to choose me a particular book. So I asked them to choose me a genre. Mook went for sci-fi and Miku went for fantasy. I was quite pleased with both of those, and I'll show you what their options were shortly. I also have a lovely lady who helps me do some cleaning because things can get too much for me with my ME. So I've asked her to pick me a book. I have picked a book myself, and I have asked one of the tutors for my children to pick me a book as well. And then for the 12th book, what I have done is the BBC News have created their own reading list. So I have printed off and then placed inside these little cards all of the books that they have chosen. And then what we're going to do is pop them inside here. I have no idea which ones are which, so we're going to try to mix them up somehow because these are quite big pages. I did sort of practice so that I can try to get a sort of a shuffle going on. Not very good. I'm sorry. Oh, no, I've thrown one away. That's not helpful. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to put my hand above so I know where I'm going. Otherwise, that's going to be quite bad. And then I'm going to pick one from the BBC News list. Let's go with this one. And I'm hoping it's going to be a nice one. There are some on here that I have seen that I probably would never read. And it is the Liza Minnelli book. Kids, wait till you hear this. This is one that I have half wanted to read. I really like Judy Garland, and I know she had a very troubled life, and I know that Liza Minnelli had a very difficult time as well. And from what I understand, she wasn't going to write herself a biography, but she got fed up of other people writing them for her. So she has then written this autobiography so that it's actually the truth about what she wants people to hear rather than what everybody else has decided on her behalf. So that's going to be very interesting. So we're going to now refold this back up and we're going to add it to this little pile that I've got here already. And I think that maybe if we shuffle them first might be an interesting idea. Let me try and shuffle them. It might have been easier if I had just written them on smaller pieces, but I'm new to all of this and I'm still looking at the wrong part of the camera, so I'm really sorry. It's really odd because I've got to look at the left-hand side of the iPad in the centre of it, and it doesn't feel natural. You feel like you want to look in the centre of the iPad, and then I just look somewhere completely random, and it's not really working very well. Okay, so these should have 12 books here, so, or 12 books. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so let me just put these over here for a second. And I'm going to empty these back out. So these were the other BBC News lists. I will try to put the link in the description for the BBC News reads in case anybody else would actually like to look at them. But I have plenty to read. Might not manage to read as many books as what we're picking, so I've only picked one of them and I wanted to do it at random. So we're going to now place all of those into here. So these are the ones that we've just mixed up, but we will remix them in here. hopefully. I need to practice doing this a lot better. They won't shuffle. So we'll just try to mix and maneuver them. All right, so what we're going to do now is pick one. Let me try and do it that way, and then it might make me look at the camera. We're going to pick one out, and then that will be January. The next one will be February, and so forth, until we collect. We've emptied all of them. So we'll take one. I'll close my eyes, and we'll take this one. Hopefully I won't drop it, and we will do a reveal, which is The Spy Who Loved Me by Keneally. I'm going to pop that onto the piano. Cooper has started snoring, so he does like to do that quite a lot. So this one is The Spy Who Loved Me by Keneally. It sounds quite an interesting book, actually. I'm not 100% sure. I think it could be partially true story, or maybe it is a true story. I'll find out more. But this is one that my neighbour picked. So that will be January. Next, let's take the pot again and close my eyes. Next one. And this one is The Birthday Present by Barbara Wine. So that's another one that my neighbour has chosen. He's picked this one for a particular reason. So this one is actually a Ruth Rendell book. So as we found out last time, I like Ruth Rendell. I really enjoyed An Inspector Wexford, but this is Ruth Rendell under a pseudonym. So he particularly chose it for that reason. So that will be February. What have we got next? Next one. I should have another. I don't actually have any tables here. I've got the piano behind me. The bookcase, no, the TV unit. It's upside down. There. Let's see this one. The Colour of Magic by Terry Pratchett. So this is Miku's. I'd actually, I got myself in a real pickle with this one. Mook chose sci-fi, and I was like, yes, I know just the book I can read for that, because I love Terry Pratchett and I've had this book to read for a really, really long time. I tried to read it, but this is when I was having all of my migraines, and then finally found out that I had ME and I couldn't read it at all. It was just too much of a challenge. I had to just leave it. So I went to go and find it, and then I picked it up and I thought, that doesn't look very sci-fi. So I quickly double checked the genre, and of course it's fantasy, isn't it? And then I went to ask Miku what type of genre that she would like, and she picked fantasy, and I was really chuffed, and I was hoping that she would, because she does like fantasy things. So I didn't give her any cues to say that that's what I wanted, but she was really happy when she knew that I was really happy, because it meant I got to read the book that I actually wanted to read. So that is March. Okay, close my eyes, and sorry, there we go. What have we got for March? What is this one? Aha, so this is Breathe by James Nestor, and this is my daughter's tutor who has chosen this one. I don't have this book. She's going to lend it to me when I'm ready for it. So this will be April. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, make sure I've only got one. And this the Liza Minnelli one. So this is the Liza Minnelli one. I do not have this book either, so I will need to get a copy of that one. So what's that, May? So we're on June now. I don't know if these are the right way around or not. Nope. Oh, okay. So this is I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. I'm probably butchering everybody's names, and I really apologise. So this is another book that I had on my shelf, and this is the one that Mook picked. So he picked a sci-fi book, and I thought this would be an interesting one. I really enjoyed the film, but I didn't realise it's actually some short stories. Yeah, the classic collection of robot stories. I'm not quite sure how it works, so I'll have to figure that out. But that's for, so I really like this book actually. It's a really nice sort of fabric cover as well. So again, it's one that I've had on my shelf for I don't know how long. So that would be, oh, I don't know, where did we get to? May or June? Let's have a quick check. January, February, March, April, May, June that one was. So for those that don't know me, please bear in mind that I have ME and it affects my cognition. So something as simple as that, just remembering what month we're on is a bit tricky at times. So I'm trying my best. We're going to go for another one. Trying to mix them and get one from underneath. No, there's two. There we go. Now they're trying to escape. Right, what do we have next? Glued this one together. Party Shoes by Noel Stratford. Now, if I remember rightly, let me just get the book. So this is another one from my neighbour. So he's lent me the books because he already has them. This one is actually a book that I have wanted to read because of the film You've Got Mail. Meg Ryan's character, I've forgotten what her name is in the film, which I really shouldn't. Anyway, she actually talks about these particular books and how amazing they are. I've never read them, so that would be quite interesting. So I'll have a look. So that was July, I think. Next one. What have we got this time? Maybe the wrong way around again. From Dune with Death by Ruth Rendell. So this is my own pick. This one is an Inspector Wexford. And if you remember from the previous video, my December book, which you can't see here, yes, right down the very bottom, is Talking to Strange Men, and the challenge title for that one is Dupecember. So you need to read an author that you have already read during the year. And so I wanted to read some more Inspector Wexford, so I've put it into this collection so I can read it with the books, which will then allow me to be able to read that one in December. Okay, so that's that one. I think that was August. Okay, we'll take this one. Wallace Intervenes by Alexander Wilson. So this is another one from my neighbour. He has a very eclectic group of books. He's picked them for various different reasons. So this will be quite interesting. It looks interesting, but I have no idea if I will enjoy it or not. It's, oh, without Alexander Wilson, there is no James Bond. There's no Bourne. There's no George Smiley. That's quite an interesting statement. So, yeah, we'll have a little look at that one. Let me just open this back up so I can add it to my list. Just, what, 3 to go? 3 to go. Okay. Nope, upside down. A Crimson Warning by Tasha Alexander. That is also one from my neighbour. As I said, I've asked him to pick me 6, so there will be quite a few. So, really interesting cover. Have no idea about it, so we'll get to that when we do. October, I think that was. Down to 2. Let's go with this one. upside down again. Pelagia and the White Bulldog by Boris Akanin. So that is, again, that's one from my lovely cleaner lady, and she is also going to lend me the book when I get to it. So that will be November. And the last one will be Holes. No. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got this the wrong way round. Excuse me a moment. No. This one, Pelagia and the White Bulldog, is from my neighbour, which is right here in front of my face. So that's November's one. And Holes is my lovely cleaner lady, and she will lend me the book when we get to that one in December, so she's going to hold on to that one for quite some time for me. Okay, so just to recap, January is The Spy Who Loved Me by Claire Mully. February, The Birthday Present by Barbara Wine. March is The Colour of Magic by Terry Pratchett. April is Breathe by James Nestor. May is Liza Minnelli, Kids, Wait Till You Hear This. Yeah. June is I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. July is Party Shoes by Noel Stratford. August is From Dune with Death by Ruth Rendell. September is Wallace Intervenes by Alexander Wilson. October is A Crimson Warning by Tasha Alexander. November is Pelagia and the White Bulldog by Boris Akanin. And December is Holes by Louis Sachar. Sachar? I'm sorry if I get those wrong. So we now have our secondary challenge. I have all of these down, so I will maybe put them in a list or something for you to have a look at, and I don't quite know how, but we'll try to come up with something. And in the meantime, I will continue to read Catabasis. Then our next book was, hold on, let me just double check again. The Spy Who Loved Me by Claire Mully. So if my aim is to try to read the 3 in the month, hopefully I can, but I can't promise. If I manage to read all 3 of those books in January, then I will find myself another book to finish off the month with, just from my normal collection that I have here. Once January is finished, we will do a video review on the books that I have read and how I feel about them. I'm also hoping to start a blog series on my new website, which I haven't sorted out for you all yet. Everything is taking me time. Everything does take me time because of the ME. So please be patient with me. I realised I've uploaded the first video and I hadn't even put any header on the YouTube channel. So apologies for that, but I will get there. It just takes me a while. You know, hopefully we'll improve the channel as we go along, and hopefully I will improve the videos and look in the correct position so that so I'm actually looking at you when I talk to you. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all soon for the next video. Take care. Bye bye.